Hello there everyone, this is Lilith and welcome back to another one of my videos for Altenew. And today I'm going to be showing you how I created this layout using what I call the resist technique. So here are the supplies you will need. You will need your stamps. I'm using the Botanical Garden stamp set from Altenew. I'm using also, as well, some Versamark ink, which is like a glue ink. Now this is special ink which dries really slowly. It's transparent and you need to use embossing powder with it. So here I'm just adding some white embossing powder. Sorry, my camera's having a hard time focusing. And once I've got that, I am going to continue just stamping a couple more stamps. It's a bit hard to see where you're stamping. That's why I like to add a bit of embossing powder just to check what I've already done. Once you've got your embossing powder on your paper, so I'm just going to add a couple more little stamps here and there. You could use transparent embossing powder as well. So once you've got that, all you have to do is go over with your heat gun just to set the embossing powder. Now once you've got that, you're going to work with your inks, add a little bit onto an acrylic block and then use lots of water and just go over the stamped images. You could do this over your whole page or just part of the page like I did. Now I'm using special watercolor paper here. This will help me when I'm using the water. It won't dry too quickly, and it warps a little less than normal cardstock, and most importantly it doesn't start to disintegrate like cardstock would. So I'm going from a darker blue shade to a greener shade. You could use any colors you want. While I was doing this, I noticed that my brush wasn't large enough, so I am fiddling around a little bit with the water and the color, but in the end it did work out really well. Another thing you can do is just add a little bit of water before adding the color. So just add some water onto your page and then the color will spread a lot easily. Now for the butterflies, I'm going to add a bit more color just to darken that area which isn't stamped. So as you can see, I'm just adding a little bit more blues there just to add a bit of difference. And now I'm going to go in the butterflies. And you can add as much color as you want just to darken that area a little bit. And once you've done that, just go over it with a damp cloth to get off any excess paint which might be on the embossed areas. Sorry. Now once you've got that, you can start creating your layout, and I'm going to create a couple of layers starting with a doily and then a little tag. And I'm just attaching everything with my mini stapler, and that will be the starting point for the layout. So it's a really tiny photo and I really want to highlight it, so I'm going to use some embellishments which have got some black and white on it, and also some of that aqua which is also in the colors. And I'm just going to layer embellishments just to make it a focal point. And the title as well, I'm going to place that just above so that once again the eye is drawn towards that part and that the photo, even though it's really small, still pops out. I wanted to create a bit of flow, so I'm going to add a little element in the top right hand corner. So here you will see me just playing around a little bit with some of the embellishments. I'm going to use this frame, which I'm going to cut in half so that I can use it on the bottom and the top. This is something I do a lot, just so that my stash goes a lot further. And then I'm going to add a couple of embellishments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you've learned something new. Can't wait to see you very soon. Bye bye.